Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Unity Orlando. Our opening statement this morning is, God is my help in every need, and I am provided for abundantly. Let's all affirm that together. God is my help in every need, and I am provided for abundantly. All right, let's all close our eyes and take a nice deep breath in, and let's affirm that together in the silence. And so it is. Now, if you'd like to stand and help us sing our joy song this morning, it's called From My Heart, From My Soul. Struggle, I release and I let go, lift away all the sorrow, all the pain in my soul. I let God's power use me, I release all control, feel God's strength coming through me, open heart, I am whole. I let go of the struggle, I release and I let go, lift away all the sorrow, all the pain in my soul. I let God's power use me, I release all control, feel God's strength coming through me, open heart, I am whole. I release, I let go from my heart, from my soul. I release, I let go from my heart, from my soul. I let go of the struggle, I release and I let go, lift away all the sorrow, all the pain in my soul. I let God's power use me, I release all control, feel God's strength coming through me, open heart, I am whole. I release, I let go from my heart, from my soul. I release, I let go from my heart, from my soul. I let go. Yeah, all right, thank you. You may be seated.
Top of the morning to you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Susan Francis. I'm your platform speaker. I do apologize. I'm jet lagged. We just returned from Ireland, and so the time difference is still catching up with me. Do we have any visitors here for the first time? I think we're all family. So welcome in person and welcome online. Just a couple announcements. Prayer chaplains are available to pray with you after service. I'm a prayer chaplain, and Paul is. Is there anybody else right now? No. So if you need prayer after service, see one of us. We also pray every evening at 8 p.m., so join us for that. And then it's June, can you believe it? The June affirmation is, God is the source of my supply, and there is no lack. So that's our new affirmation for the month of June. Reverend Bob's lesson today is how to survive the long haul. But before I turn it over to Brian, I have a story to tell you. And this is, of course, a little Irish story. There was a tutorial that a psychology professor was showing his 4 students. One of them each there were 4 of them, and each of them were from different countries. So we had one was from Ireland, one was from Scotland, Wales, and England. And he showed them an empty glass, and he said, imagine this is life. He took some pebbles from his pocket and filled the glass to the brim. And he said, now it is full. And the students, they said yes. And they looked at it, at which point they thought, well, they replied that, he had taken this handful of gravel and it trickled round to the pebbles that he had already put into the glass. And he said, now is this full? And the students said, yes. So then he took a handful of sand and he tried to put it in, and he poured it over the gravel and pebbles. And naturally, a substantial amount trickled in until it reached the top of the glass. So what's your conclusion, the professor asked about all this. And the English student said, well, it's obvious that it's the little things that really give you full life. Not at all, said the Welsh student. If you put the sand in first, there'd be no room for the gravel or pebbles. So the lesson is you must achieve big things in your life if you want a full life. But you missed the point, said the Scottish man. He said, you have to give every aspect of your life its due priority, whether big or little. So what do you think, said the professor to the Irish student. And the Irish student said, well, he reached into his pocket and he pulled out a bottle of Guinness, and he removed the top, he poured it into the glass and drank the rest of it. And he said, no matter how full you think your life is, there's always room for a drop of Guinness. So there you go. Speaking of Guinness, I don't really drink much. I'm not a beer fan at all, and I didn't try it, but somebody I know did, right? Not such a fan. It does take a little bit of time to get used to that kind of beer. So anyway, before I turn it over to Brian, we do have a little special celebration today. It just so happens that both our ministers that are in the house are celebrating their birthdays within a week of each other. So we would like to invite Reverend Paul and Reverend Bob up to have a little birthday celebration. So before we do that, I'm giving their cards, okay, and then we'll sing. So, all right. You both get to open your birthday cards simultaneously. So happy birthday and happy birthday to both of you. Come on up to the camera and the podium.
Oh, that's right. We need to be in the camera. Hi, everyone at home. It's my birthday. I can cry if I want to. I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Is that part of your talk?
It ought to be.
It ought to be. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's from your Unity family, of course.
And God said, let there be light.
Oh, mine's a little different.
Happy birthday.
Mine says happy birthday. Oh. You got all the light.
Then lo and behold.
Oh, music.
There you go.
Can you hear it?
It's singing happy birthday.
Did you turn on my mic?
No.
No, you'll have to talk into this one.
To that one. There you go.
Okay.
I forgot to turn on his mic. You got to get a new sound guy, Bob.
Well, I can't keep bringing him up on the platform.
This is great. There's a lot of words in my card, so I
thank you
won't
all.
read the whole thing, but thank
Happy
you. And
birthday.
thank you for the Home Depot card. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
You want to say happy
okay.
birthday? I'll go over to my mic. All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reverend Bob and Paul. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Is this still on? Yeah. We invite you all back to Meyer Hall. There's a cake. And I had them put on there 150 years.
Combined total.
Well, that's 75 plus 75.
There you go.
150. So come help us celebrate. You at home, eat cake for us.
to keep those.
Oh, you get to keep these.
All right, and now I'm going to turn it over to Brian.
All right, thank you very much, and happy birthday. Yeah. Well, here's a song for the long haul. It's called Far Vision. I know it's gonna take a little time to make my way. I know it's gonna be a walk the line, but along the way, love will fall on me and love will help me see a far-off vision sets me free. It's gonna take a little time to find a way. I know it's gonna be a little climb, but I can pray. When I climb back down and when I reach the ground, I see a far-off vision and I'm homeward bound, and the love is mine when the sun does shine through an open window, through an open mind. Love is the key when reality gets stuck in time. I know there is no limit to what we can do when we have a vision to see us through. It's gonna take a little time for the world to change, but I know that if we draw the line, faith will rearrange, and the world will heal and holler people too. And then the far-off vision comes into view, when the clouds does shine through an open window, through an open mind. Love is the key when reality gets stuck in time. Love comes to me and love comes to you. Love fills the world and love will see us through. No, there is no limit to what we can do when we have a vision to see us through. And the love is mine when the sun does shine through an open window, through an open mind. Love is the key when reality gets stuck in time. I know there is no limit to what we can do when we have a vision to see us through.
Oh, that's wonderful. You always play such good music. I feel like you're celebrating my birthday. Good morning to all of you at home. Thank you for being with us. Well, every year the church celebrates my birthday. A while back, I said, why don't we just do this every 5 years? And Linda informed me, no, the church likes to do this. So, okay. But suddenly I realized now that Paul is ordained, particularly since his birthday is 1 week away from mine, I thought he needs to share the spotlight with me. So thanks for helping me out up here, Paul. Every year, Paul insists for 1 week, he's older than I am. Kind of lords it over me. Paul is May 29. I'm June 5th. This year is 3/4 of a century. I think that's a milestone. You know? I decided, okay, we need to recognize this. You see, when I looked at what I needed to do today for a topic, I decided, well, let's hit it head on. Paul and I are both 75 years, so I had him put 150 on the cake. So I chose how to survive the long haul. How do you live a long, full life? You know, there has never, now I've said this before, so it isn't brand new, but there has never been a time in my life when the 70s didn't seem really old to me. Just the term, the 70s. I go, ooh. You know, even the Beatles, they thought old was 64. I think that's amazingly young. Well, when I turned 70, and through my 70s, I have embraced old like a medal of honor, and I wear it on my chest. When I declare I'm old, it's generally a declaration of freedom. I don't necessarily feel like I've got to live up to society's expectations anymore. I earned that by being the magic word, old. However, we need to become more spiritually oriented as we age. Because as the body slowly fades, we depend more and more on our spiritual vitality. Now, many of you are younger than I am. Many of you, and quite a number of you are older. But we all learn that as we move along, the physical starts to fall away a little bit. But we're no less vibrant than we were if we begin to transfer our identity more and more to our eternal spiritual self. I believe this getting old's all a part of preparing us for the next cycle beyond this world. Heading us the right direction. Now, I'm going to tell one story today. It's a story from when I was 30 years old. And several couples of us got together to celebrate this one girl's birthday. She was the wife of a good friend of mine, and she was turning 25. So we're out at some restaurant or somewhere, and at one point in the evening, I found myself sitting next to the girl turning 25, listening to her talk and tell me how depressed she was that she was turning 25. And I said, why are you depressed about 25? What's wrong with 25? And she said, from this point on, I'm over the hill. And I looked at her kind of incredulously and said, no, you aren't. I'm 30. And she looked at me and she said, yes, I know. How does it feel to be over the hill? And I really didn't know what to say about that other than to protest, but I'm not. You know, we all have a different idea of when the best era of life is. You know? And I got to tell you, if she's right, I've been on the downhill slide for 50 years now. And that isn't the way it felt to me at all. And I'm a great believer that each era has its challenges, but it also has its strong points. So, I'm going to go through my little list. It's just the way I see things. You don't have to see it exactly the same. But I kind of see each era as having, what do I want to say, lessons and blessings, you might say. So here we go. The way I see life while you're making the long haul. In your 20s, you're coming into your own. You're exploring who you are. You're exploring your new sense of strength in life. In your 30s, you're trying to prove yourself to the world. Create your place in the world. And in your 40s, you're in your prime. You're finally an adult, at least that's the way I saw it, and the world really does see you as such. You look around and there are people in their 40s who are running things all over the place. Now in your 50s, you realize that physically you're just beginning to lose your edge. But the wisdom you've gained from life more than compensates. And it's your wisdom and skill, not your strength, that makes you valuable. The 60s, there's kind of a changing of gears that goes on. The 60s becomes a time to finish up what you've been working on and to begin to contemplate winding down and what that would mean. You begin to wrestle with how your life will have meaning when you step away from the responsibilities that you've always embraced. It was in my 60s that I started to declare, this isn't my game anymore. I'm just here to coach. Other people need to take the lead. And then you reach the 70s. People go, oh yeah, that time when there was no time in my life when I didn't think it was really old. The 70s are actually a time to embrace a new sense of freedom. There's a certain strength that comes from seeing the finish line on up ahead. It kind of changes your perspective. Now, it may be down the road a bit yet. We get that. But we can see it. And suddenly you feel free of the need to do what the world wants you to do, and you feel free to be, to not have to be who the world says you ought to be. Now, you may choose to keep the world happy. In other words, you may choose to make everybody comfortable. But if you do it because you want to, not because you need the world's approval. That's the freedom of the 70s. You realize it's time to take your plans off the back burner. It's time to put the bucket list into action. In your 70s, you're no longer building towards something like you have been all of your life. You start to realize all I really have is now. Can't depend on the future. It may go on for decades. May not. And the far future, you know, that decades, you're pretty sure you don't have to worry about that. That's a new freedom. The gift of the 70s is that your now becomes extremely valuable to you. Something we probably should have learned in our 20s, but rarely do we. Now, let's talk about the 80s, the 90s, and beyond. I haven't done those yet. But I have many friends who have. I said every era has its blessings. It does seem to me that the older we get, the less life is about needing to control this world, and the more life is about turning inward, in embracing our higher self. It's about awakening to our eternal soul and the higher realms that we've always been able to dip into, but now they become more important than ever. As body experience becomes less thrilling, connecting with your eternal spiritual self becomes your newfound strength. And then, during our very last years, it becomes more important that we awaken to the spiritual being. It's the assignment, so that we can walk through that final doorway with joy and excited yearning for the expanded adventure that lies before us. That's how I see life flows. Doesn't have to be the same for you. But in my mind, every era has its blessings. And every era has its challenges. Living a long, full life can at times along the way seem like a burden. You know, there are high points and there are low points in your life. And during those low points, often, I'm going to keep living forever, because that's what it feels like at times, is a burden. During the high points, you're glad to be here. Well, the lows and the highs, that's what Paul's going to talk about next week. So I'll simply say this. I have put together 8 rules that you can apply to make the long haul tolerable if you have a problem with things right now, and even more enjoyable if you're already having a good time. And these rules are not about being old. These are the rules of life. In fact, they're so simple, they remind me of that poster I saw on the wall. I don't know, it was in a doctor's office or something, and it said, "Everything I need to know about life I learned in kindergarten." And it kind of starts through the process and says, you know, play nicely with your friends, and don't take other children's toys, you know, I mean, et cetera, et cetera. And it had a whole list of them, and it was great. Well, the things I am about to go through, well, they apply whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, or beyond. They still apply. And it's going to be nothing new that you haven't heard, but there is a difference between knowing something and doing it. And there are times when we need to remind ourselves, I need to do this life well. With all those simple things I learned in kindergarten, right? So, rules for living a long, full life. First one's right up front. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. Whatever era you're in, choose to be happy. People in their 20s are unhappy because they haven't reached where they want to be. And people in their 60s are unhappy because they've already passed it. People in their 40s are unhappy because they don't realize they're in their prime. And the responsibilities are so heavy that they forget to be happy. In Proverbs 17:22, a merry heart makes the body healthy, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. I love it because it's so lurid. The way you feel about your life is amazingly important. You say, but how can I be happy? I have to face this, and this. And I'm going to say right up front, happiness is a choice. It's a choice. If you put your attention on what hurts, what's not going well, or you just say, wow, this is a gorgeous day, I'm going to be happy. A few weeks ago, they had a thing on NPR about the guy who wrote Don't Worry, Be Happy. You know, that became a massive hit. And he recorded it on a lark and was never expected it to go anywhere, but it became this massive hit because it strikes so close to home for all of us. The message is real simple. Don't worry, be happy. I love the line out of the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them when Newt says, if you worry, you suffer twice. Don't worry, be happy. Will that stop things from going wrong? Maybe not. Maybe, but probably not. But at least you're going to enjoy your way. You can be happy no matter what's going on in your life. It's a choice. Am I resistant to my life? Or do I accept my life? If you can accept it, you can choose to be happy. I got one more piece on this. Would you rather win or would you rather be happy? It's amazing how many people will say, oh, I want to win. But if winning doesn't bring you happiness, it's not important. So what's my suggestion? Quit basing your happiness on winning. You're not happy because you won. You're happy because you chose to be happy. You won and said, oh, good. I now am going to choose to be happy. You don't have to win to be happy. You just have to accept your life. Okay, number 2. I told you they were going to be simple. Stop to smell the roses. Ever heard that one? We all hear it. We don't necessarily live by it, and I'm suggesting you do. Admire beauty wherever you go. The most important thing is the beauty you can find wherever you go. Incorporate the adoration of beauty into your daily activities. I'm going to spend a little bit of time admiring the beauty that's around me. You say, there's not a lot of beauty around me. There is, you're not noticing it. Beauty is everywhere. Take the time to notice it. In fact, learn to notice beauty around you and appreciate it while you're on the run, while you're fulfilling your responsibilities. Don't save the appreciation of beauty till after I'm done with everything else. You can do it on the run. The flowers, the trees, the feeling in the air, it's all around you all the time. The people, everything is around you. You say, but things aren't quite going like I want them to. That's fine. The beauty's still there. Take time to adore it. Smell the roses. Number 3, be nice to your body. It's amazing that we have to tell you that. But we do. We all push our bodies unmercifully. I know I do. I'm dealing with a wrist right now that makes my hand feel like it's numb, and basically I injured it by pushing too hard while trying to clear the ground and level it to put up the new shed. Okay. So now it's time to be nice to it. Don't push your body unmercifully. If it was your favorite pet, you'd take really good care of it. But often we see the body as this servant that is not cooperating appropriately. It doesn't look as good as we thought it should. And now it's even starting to hurt, the gall of it. Okay. Tend to your body's needs, at least as well as you would your valued pet. And then here's a practice. Spend some time every day praising and loving your body. Oh, why would I love this? Well, if you have to ask that question, you definitely need to love it. Praising and loving your body. Accept its flaws and love it anyway. There are people in your life you're willing to do that with. Do it with one of your closest friends and servants, your body. Number 4, make the world a better place because you were here. All of these things are the way to live a fulfilling life. What do I mean, make the world a better place? If you see some small thing that needs to be done, consider it a spiritual assignment. Do it. Say, Okay, so picking up trash, is that how I'm going to make the world a better place? I'm going to say, well, there's a few other things. You can praise people in every situation. If you praise the people that you encounter every day, you will definitely be making the world a better place. And then quietly praise the whole world around you. You don't have to do it out loud. But quietly praise the glory of the morning, the richness of the green in the trees, the fact that you can still get some Guinness into the full glass. Praise it all. And encourage goodness wherever you go. All of these things provide you with purpose. They are making the world a better place because I was here. That's one of the reasons we came into this life. Number 5, treat life like an adventure. We often treat it like a burden, a responsibility, something we've got to go through, with only a few little glimpses where we allow ourselves to enjoy ourselves and be happy. What if this life were just a grand adventure? When I think of some of my greatest adventures, like climbing East Spanish Peak 3 times in my life, what kind of a self-destructive guy does that? Each time I came down, I swore I'd never do it again. Then you forget, because all you remember is the adventure. So what am I saying? Most adventures are taxing and trying. That's what makes them an adventure. Life is an adventure. And look at it that way. Try new things just to see what it would be like. Occasionally take the road less traveled. You don't have to do it all the time, but occasionally be willing to take the road less traveled. And each day expect some new adventure to present itself. If you have that expectation, you'll say, "Oh, look here, this is my adventure." There'll be one. There'll be little ones, and occasionally big ones. Embrace your responsibilities with enthusiasm. You just turned it into an adventure rather than a responsibility. And my last suggestion on turning life into an adventure: be creative. Creativity is an adventure all unto itself. It awakens tremendous joy. This is the point at which someone always tells me, "But I'm not creative." And what they mean is, I don't do art or music. Okay. But creativity is in gardening. Creativity is in figuring out how to do repairs. There's creativity in writing. And one sense of creativity would be just trying to sit around and think of new ways to praise people. That's creative. So let's go to number 6. Love as much as you can from wherever you are. Took this one straight out of The Lazy Man's Guide to Enlightenment. The title was amazingly appealing to me. In 1 Corinthians 13:13 and 14:1, they're going right into each other. Now abide faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love. Follow after love. We as human beings tend to take love and we put it down this very narrow road. It's actually amazingly vast. So each day, cherish and love all the people in your life. You say, that's my problem. I don't have people in my life. Oh, come on. Look around you. Even if you go out and buy something in a store, you're surrounded with people. You're allowed to love anyone you want. You're not allowed to act inappropriately, but you're allowed to love that all of these people are in your life, to cherish that. Cherish the things you enjoy. Really love them and cherish them. Cherish the places that you value. I love this place. This is so wonderful. And cherish the experiences that become special to you. So the assignment is each day look for things to love wherever you go. Look for things to love. And if you look around and go, I don't know, well, there's something to love here. This is pretty ugly. I'm going to quote from the Lazy Man's Guide to Enlightenment again. If you find something ugly, now I'm rephrasing here, consider it your job to love it. The quote was, what did you think needed to be loved? It was ugly. It certainly needs love. And then number 7. Discover the Spirit of God within you. I don't care at what stage of life you're in. Discover the Spirit of God within you and make God your best friend. Jesus in John 16:32 said, you will leave me alone. And yet I am never alone because the Father is with me. I suggest you follow in Jesus' footsteps and create that close relationship with the Father. A long, fulfilling life is almost always dependent upon a strong relationship with the Spirit within and touching in with God throughout your day. And you say, oh, I know somebody who lived a long time and didn't do that. Yeah, but the question is, did he have a good time? Was it fulfilling? Or did he just survive? Touching in can be as easy as consulting God silently in your mind. You don't have to do things out loud. The Spirit of God is within you and really close. When I saw the movie Castaway, my only complaint was that they had Tom Hanks going almost crazy because he was alone. And when I was alone for weeks on end, turning into months in Colorado, that's when I really deepened this relationship with the Spirit within me. It became my friend that was there with me all the time, the one I talked to. And it really deepened that sense that I am never alone. For the Father is always with me. Being alone doesn't scare me in any way, shape, or form. because I have that connection inside. Okay. Number 8. Number 8 is what I've told an amazing number of people on their deathbed. They're there feeling like their body is useless and they can barely move it. I said, remember who you really are. Each day, remember who you really are, an eternal spiritual being walking through this physical life in a physical body. Each day, remind yourself of that. This is not all I am. In fact, if you could see the wholeness of your being, you would recognize this is a very small part of who you are. This world, it's temporary. That's what earth life is defined by. All things are passing away. This life is temporary. Everything is passing. Nothing physical is permanent. You go, oh, that's scary. No, that should be good news. You're an eternal spiritual being temporarily in a body and a human personality. And this world cannot harm who you really are. When you're faced with difficulty, remember the world is temporary. This too shall pass. Cherish each day of life as it comes. Because earth life is temporary. That you cherish so much, it's temporary. It has to be loved now. Cherish each stage of your life. I don't care whether you're coming into your physical strength or leaving it behind. Cherish where you are. Because even this stage will pass soon. Learn to love life and let it go. If you're mastering love, you have to learn this one. You love intensely with no expectation of return. That's placing a responsibility on somebody else. You love them knowing that when they're gone, have you ever noticed that people who surround a military base often avoid making friends with the people on the base because they know they're going to leave? What a horrible idea. You have tremendous opportunities. Yes, it's temporary. So you need to enjoy it to the fullest right now. Turn away from demanding that life remain the same. I'm sorry, you can't keep it from changing. No one can. And then, when faced with your human frailty or facing death, remind yourself of who you really are. I am a vibrant spiritual being, not this frail human being. This is just the role I've played for the duration of this lifetime, which is such a small part of who I am. So, I'm going to wrap it up. At every stage of life, every stage, from 20s through the 90s, there are lessons to be learned. at every stage of life, from the 20s through the 90s. There's glory to be appreciated. And if we know this, we will have no problem surviving the long haul and living a wonderfully fulfilling life. Because life really is a blessing. Life is a blessing. Though I will give you this, there are times when we've got to keep reminding ourselves of this in order to get back on track. Let's close our eyes and enter into meditation. Take a deep breath, sigh it out. Go within and move out of your head and move into your heart. Consciously move your attention from your head down into your heart. And there in your heart, declare in this moment, I choose to be happy. I want you to be happy right now, in this moment. Doesn't matter what's going to happen in the next moment. In this moment, I choose to be happy. Choose it. Feel it. Accept your life in this moment. And feel happiness begin to rise inside of you. Now within your mind, look around the world and see the beauty that surrounds you. There is such beauty everywhere. The sky, the ocean, the land, the buzzing of the insects, the animal life crawling, the trees and flora everywhere. Cherish the beauty that surrounds you. Now think of the people who are in your life and cherish how special each one is. We came here to love. Let's not lose our way and forget. But some I love most have moved on. Okay, you can still love them. And as your heart opens wider and wider, feel a deep love of everything around you. Love this world. Because it's temporary. The beauty of this world is like the beauty of the sunset, to be cherished in the moment. To be loved, even as it is changing. Now with your heart wide open, feel the presence of God within you. I am not alone, for the Spirit within me is always with me. I am not alone. for God is with me. It's just God and me. And that's just fine. That is fulfilling in itself. Now realize you are so much more than this physical body and this human personality. I am a vibrant spiritual being. Not this frail human being, it's just what I'm doing at the moment, but I am a vibrant spiritual being. Feel the power inside of you. You are a powerful spiritual being, no matter how your body looks at the moment. No matter what stage of life you're in, you are a vibrant, powerful, spiritual being. You are a child of God. And as a child of God, look out at whatever stage of life you find yourself. And say, thank you, God, for my life. Thank you, God, for my life. Thank you, God. Amen. Now, if the usher will come forward, we'll prepare for our offering. For those of you at home, if you're new to this, we need to tell you how to give your offering. Your participation is as important as everyone who attends. So here we go. At the end of service, you can give your offering by going to the home page of the website and hitting the Donate Now button, where you can use credit card or PayPal. You can pull off our address and mail us a check. You can use Zelle. But if you use Zelle, you need to not use our phone number, use our email address, unityorlando@gmail.com. Or if you're still confused, call Linda. Call the number and she'll talk you through it. Thank you for your offerings, both those of you who attend and those at home. Your participation is what keeps us going, and we are grateful. So here we go. Let's bless our offering with our statement together. Divine love through blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. Amen. Make us feel good.
All right, well, how about better than good?
I like that.
Perfect.
This life is amazing and such a mystery. All the points are connecting and we're in harmony. And if we sail all around the world, adventure is on as we open up our hearts. Our life has gone better than good, better than good. In this life, if you stumble, get right back up again. Don't worry about losing we'll just call it a win. And if we fly around the world, the adventure is on. And as we open up our hearts to love, our life has gone better than good, better than good. And as we travel around the world, yeah, the adventure is on. As we open up our hearts to life, we all have gone better than good, better than good, better than good, better than good, better than better than good, better than good, better than good, better than good, better than
Ah, that's wonderful. I'm going to tell everybody for my 71st birthday, you made me feel better than good. And so did all of you. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for being here today. So whether you're watching from home or right here in person, thank you for being Unity Orlando. My favorite group of people. Okay. Following service, it's time for cake. There'll be birthday cake in Meyer Hall. Paul and I both want to thank you for helping us celebrate 75 plus 75, 150 years. Next Sunday, as I hinted earlier, Reverend Paul Kenny will be speaking on mountains and valleys. It's going to be a great topic. I'm going to go actually celebrate on my own for my birthday. Let's all rise. And let's close this service off by joining together and blessing the whole world with our prayer protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you all.